There was a man, and there was a woman. Their love was deep. Their love was strong. Nothing on, below, or above this earth could separate their love. That was good right there, wasn't it? Oh, I got all the women, but I gotta get the men. But someone will die. When they got married, he realized he had married the perfect woman. And I'll tell you why. It was the first morning after the honeymoon. He had to go to work. When he stretched early that morning, he reached over, and to his shock, his wife was gone from the bed. But all of a sudden, there was an aroma that caught all of his senses. He breathed in and he went, bacon. Biscuits and gravy. He had no idea that he married a woman who could cook. All the brothers, clap your hands. It was the most incredible thing ever. Somebody say every day. Every day. Oh, y'all gotta go with me. Say every day.
Every day.
One time, say every day.
Every day.
Every day. Every day. She took care of her husband. And he was happy. Wait for it. Wait for it. When he came home from work, he never even got to the door until he could smell homemade rolls, pot roast, mashed potatoes. When he opened the door that first day after work, candles were lit, candles were lit. It was unbelievable. The place settings were there. His wife had this beautiful dress on, and she went, every day it will be like this. And he was like, thank you, Jesus. He said they ate day after day after day after day. It was awesome. But one day, when he came in from work, instead of 2 place settings, there was 3. Man, you've been watching way too many soap operas, man. Let that go. Little brother, somebody else in the house. He looked at his wife. He said, baby, is there someone coming to dinner? She said, wash up, I'll tell you. So he washed up, he sat down, she goes, there's a card, open it up. When he opened up the card, the word simply said, we're having a baby. But someone will die. Almost lost the boys right there, you know what I mean? You bring a kid, guys are like, oh no, oh no. Even though she had a little guy to take care of, every day it was still the same. In the morning, she took care of her both men. And at night, the dinner was ready, the candles were lit. Little guy was in his high chair. One day, out of nowhere, when he came home, instead of 3 place settings, there was 4. He grabbed the card, he opened it up, and it says, we're having another baby. But someone will die. He was happy. He was the happiest man ever. He had his 2 boys, his wife. Everything was perfect. Everything was going absolutely perfect. Nothing could separate this family. But one day, do you hate it when they do that to you? But one day, something went wrong. Can I say something? You should see y'all. One, ain't nobody moving, all right? Two, everybody's like, wait for it. $5 o'clock. He was always home at 5 o'clock. He would always open the door at 5 o'clock. Candles were lit, the boys were in their spot. His wife had her as pretty as she could be. 5 o'clock. And he didn't come. At 6 o'clock, she fed the boys and put them in bed. 7 o'clock, nothing.
He's having an affair.
8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock. She didn't know what to do. She'd hear a sound and open the door. Stupid cat. 4 in the morning is when the knock came. She opened the door and there was a man from work. Some sort. There was an accident. Your husband, he's gone. I can't imagine what that would be like. I don't know what that would be like. I don't know how to even explain or to describe losing a spouse like that. But all I know is this: she threw everything she had into her boys. She loved her boys. Her boys, they looked like that. They talked like that. They walked like that. Sometimes they smelled like that. That ain't necessarily a good thing. The boys grew up, they fell in love. They married girls, but they decided they had to take care of their mom. So when they built their houses, they put an apartment between them for mom. Once a month, they would eat, they would have dinner together. And on one of the days that they would eat together, the mom with her 2 daughter-in-laws were making a meal. Everything was set, everything was great. Mom looked forward to this night. It was perfect, everything was good. The candles were lit, the table was set. As they waited for the boys, to the shock and horror of this mom, both her boys never came home. Both her boys were killed that day. She lost her husband. She lost both her sons. So where do you go? What do you do when everything you touch dies? Oh, by the way, thank you, Mr. Soundman. I appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, all I've done right now is just describe to you and to quote for you Ruth chapter 1. The mom, her name is Naomi. The daughters were her stepdaughters, and both her boys and her husband were killed. What you need to learn to do, put yourself in the story, because then you can understand it. So what do you say, let's just not play around, and let me give you the gist of it all. This mom, her name was Naomi. The reason I told the story that way is so everybody could be with me.